Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Davo, Tom and Callum here for the podcast. We've got a little bit of exclusive content for you this morning. And Davo, it actually happened over the weekend.
Oh, yeah?
After we were all hanging out all day Saturday and you had to go work at Cherry, the nightclub you MC out that night.
Yes, it's a God's work. Someone's got to do it. Tell the kids to put their hands up.
Yeah, thank God as well. Well, me and Callum, we accompanied our boss Sophie to a birthday party in the city. And we get to this pub.
And what friends our boss hangs around with. You know, it's a real spotlight on the people she associates with that me and Tom have been tied in with.
I was saying this morning. Her group of friends, they are all individually chaotic in their own way. And it's not like they all band together and be like, woo, girls' night. They're all just like, man, like all of them chaos.
It's a lot. We've actually got Sophie here in the studio with us. Sophie, phoning a friend here. What do you think of your friends?
Yeah, I think that they're all good people, but when they have some drinks, they get weird. And then they're lucky that they have me to kind of lead them and bring them back together.
You're the
I reckon
mediator.
lately I've become the mum and I'm making sure everyone's okay, checking in.
Don't know about that.
We'll get back to that at a later date. There
is always a point in the night where Sophie switches. You know, you'll be normal, and then you're on one of the girls.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do here, Sophie, is I'm going to ask you a few questions about this party and you can just fill in the blanks.
Great.
Right? So is it true or false a few people at this party, early on, might I add, got cut off from the bar we were at?
It is true.
And what happened after they got cut off?
Well, firstly, the reason they got cut off is because they walked in and slipped over and fell onto the ground while hitting every single chair on the way down and then proceeding to lie there. And then all my other friends didn't have a quick enough reaction, so she's lying there for a while, like crying.
And this is only about an hour or so in.
She's just arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that was crazy. When we arrived, one of your mates immediately slipped and fell and banged her head on the chair, and then we helped her up, and it seemed all good for a little bit there.
Yeah.
Now, after they got cut off, where did one of them go?
So she decided that the only way she could keep drinking and not to go home is to go and hide in the bathroom cubicle.
Right.
I mean, that's not fun. You know, that's not the way you keep the night going.
Yeah,
you know?
it seems like that is the pinnacle of maybe I should just go home because what fun are you having by yourself in a bathroom?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And she'd rather stay in the bathroom and drink than go outside and just not drink.
So she's drinking alone in the bathroom, in the cubicle?
Yeah, in the toilet cubicle, the first one when you walk in.
And how did you guys know that she was in there?
My friend Hannah said, I've got something to show you. Proceeded to take me in there and then do a secret knock on the cubicle door. And then this girl came out. Looking as if she was undercover, in hiding, arms just little crack open through the door. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing?
I like how they had the coherence enough to form a secret handshake while being that drunk, to remember that.
Because God forbid she go home. So yeah, we also could have moved on. Yeah. But that was that.
I mean, this is insane, isn't it? Hiding out in a toilet. Just surely if she was like, oh, look, guys, can we just go to another pub nearby? Everyone would have just gone with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what was funny is that I went outside and then the boyfriend, he was like, yeah, man, I've been barred as well. So he didn't want to go inside either.
A real power couple.
Dynamic couple there. One's locked in the toilets, one's stuck outside.
Rattled as.
Yeah.
So, anyway, thanks for the +1 invite to that. I can't wait for the next party with all your mates and see what happens.
Yeah.
I think if you look up the definition of woo girls, it's these lot.
Let's get into the podcast.
You're listening to Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast. We're putting it to you, Adelaide. Davo, Tom and Callum present This or That on Fresh 92.7.
Yes, we were having a chat on Friday, boys, about our general habits, and you two revealed something that really shook the station more than the latest Skrillex.
I don't know why it has shaken so many people and rubbed people the wrong way, because it's a perfectly normal thing for young men and, anybody all over to do.
Yeah, it's kind of spread like wildfire, and I still stand with the point that we are completely in the right and it is quite normal.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, Tom and Callum, much like your puppet counterparts, Bert and Ernie,
Yeah.
you two like to wear shower caps.
Got my little rubber ducky.
Yep. Yeah, love them.
Obviously, like, I don't understand what's wrong with wearing a shower cap, Davo.
Well, look, I understand as a woman with long hair, maybe you need one, right? But honestly, I don't think I've ever used one. It's unnecessary, but also the idea of Callum getting his family shower cap and popping it on his head for a rinse off feels really...
No, okay, so I don't have a family shower cap. There's 2 different shower caps, one, and also...
And there's 3 of you, so there is a family element there.
My dad's bald. He doesn't wear a shower cap.
Yeah, but I would have put it past him. He's odd unit.
But yeah, so pretty much, like, I don't think it's that weird. I think, why would I, in the privacy of my home, worry about how
Exactly.
I look, one, and why wouldn't I want to do something that's more convenient? Why would I want to go to bed with the wet hair?
Exactly right. I'm exactly with you. Look, it depends on when I'm taking the shower.
Yep.
If I get home straight away from work, say 2-3 o'clock,
Okay.
and if I decide to shower then, I'll wet my hair and I'll just let it dry.
Wild.
No dramas
YOLO.
there. But if I'm waiting to have my shower till after dinner time, yeah, I'm going to put a shower cap on and not wet my hair, because why wouldn't I rather sit under the shower and just immerse myself in the experience, and instead of having to, like, lean my head out halfway out and you can't get your whole body in when you twist and turn, it's all like...
It's honestly not that dramatic to be able to
really
wash your
is.
face, your back, your ass, whatever you need to wash. You can do that without putting your head under. And my argument as well with a shower cap, it's not relaxing going under the stream, because you can hear the loud bang, 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 bang
I
as
love
the
that.
water
It's
on
like,
there.
it's like you're in a thunderstorm or something. But
Also,
yeah,
you can keep your ears out of the shower cap. You don't need to tuck the ears in.
no, but I do want to be immersed in the full shower, in the full water, the full experience, and yeah, I don't want to have to edge out or anything, but I think it really does come down to, I don't want to have to, even if I'm not really going to bed, I don't want to have to sit on my couch with wet hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Little bits of wet hair dangling on your neck and stuff. It's annoying as.
I think it's so unusual. I think you two are like little old ladies.
It can't be that
sitting-
unusual if shower caps
with your
exist.
fresh perms sitting there worried about getting it wet.
Okay, riddle me this, Davo.
All right.
Do you own a shower cap
No.
in your house?
Oh, bull crap.
We do not.
Bollocks.
I will get my
100%.
Irene to take a photo right now. There is no shower cap in sight.
What, so if you wash or like if you colour your hair or something like that, you don't use the shower cap?
Nah.
You're always getting your hair wet.
Yes. Well,
Every
no.
night.
You're a
No.
psycho.
I shower like everyone else and not put my head under the stream. I wash my face, I get the job done, and the hair, it stays dry.
No, you still get your hair wet, even
You
if
don't.
you do.
And then you get little sprinkles on it.
The
You may as well-
ricochet of the shower.
I
chuck your
showered
cap
this
on.
morning, unlike you two animals, and I didn't wet my hair, and you can see it's not wet. It's fine.
Yeah, but how was the shower experience? You weren't
Beautiful.
fully immersed in
Nah.
the water's capabilities.
This has to go to the Fresh Fam, guys. This is crazy.
Get involved. Defenders of the shower cap, I'd love to see you on the text line. Do you wear shower caps or not, Adelaide?
That's it. We need the shower cappers to rally with us to band together against these monsters.
Nah, tell these two to grow up.
Look, we do have some audio as well. On Saturday, we were out with one of our sponsors, Maz, and their director, Ash, had this to say about the shower cap situation.
Tom's curls get the girls, so I understand the shower cap, but, Callum's fast and loose. Why the hell would you put a shower cap on that? Seriously, you ain't got 30 seconds to dry your hair.
Just doesn't get
Ash was baffled though, and
Everyone is.
he really was taken back. However, that hasn't stopped me and Tom from wearing the shower cap. I did it last night. I'll do it again today.
it. Some people getting quite involved on the text line. We're going to have to leave a few texts out.
Yeah,
So
come on, guys.
Thanks for texting in. Really appreciate a lot of them.
Yeah. We did get a bunch in here. Someone did text in and said yes to the shower cap. You can't wash your neck or face without using a cap.
Good on ya.
That is insane. Of course you can wash your face and neck.
Not to the
No.
full, not to the full
yeah.
maximum
I
capabilities.
Not without
You wanna have
getting
to-
your
you wanna-
hair wet.
You want to dunk your head
Yes,
under
you
that
can.
water.
Nah, not without getting your hair wet.
Every single day, boys, I
No.
do this.
You'd have to use a flannelette and stuff. You can't go straight under.
Another text here from Sean in Brisbane. Shower caps are shit. All right, Sean.
Thought you were one of our allies, Sean.
Thanks for getting involved.
Someone said yes for shower cap. Helps stop getting the hair wet from the steam in the hot shower.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very practical.
This one's a bit on the nose. It says real men don't wear shower caps. Come on, boys. It's not really about
Right, well,
gender.
we're changing the game as well. We're innovators, we're leaders of the new free world, and
That's
shower caps will be a part of it.
Sorry, we're pioneers of shower caps, you know.
You watch 10 years, Davo, everyone's going to be wearing shower
They
caps.
won't. They did
There
it
will
10
be-
years ago. It's
Yeah,
done.
it's coming back.
There will be a shower cap museum somewhere with us made of bronze statues out the front with shower caps on.
Yeah, there's plenty more here. Sorry, boys, but I've never worn one in my life. Another one said, you boys drink beer out of wine glasses, don't ya? Nah, love yous.
Nice little sentiment at the end there. Just to heal the burn.
Let's go to the phone lines here. We've got Ali in Modbury. Ali, shower caps, yay or nay?
Definitely a nay.
Why a nay?
Yeah, come on, Ali, tell him.
What, you don't wear a shower cap?
I have hair down to my butt, and I've never worn a shower cap in my life. I think my mum made me try one when I was young, and it was like wearing a tin roof on my head. It was the worst
You don't
thing
put
ever.
your ears in. You just leave the ears.
You're all wearing it wrong. You're wearing the shower cap wrong.
Can I say, if you don't put
I'll
your...
wash my face. I wash my neck,
Of course.
and that's no hair, no water getting anywhere.
No, you're lying. Your hair's getting wet.
I also feel that if you've got your ears out, you're leaving a gap, so your sideburns and that sort of part of your hair is going to get wet anyway.
A sideburn is nothing, all right? It's nothing. Thanks for getting involved, Ali.
Where's the line?
We're going to Rhiannon in Chandler's Hill. Rhiannon, good morning. Shower caps, yay or nay?
Absolutely, yay.
Yeah.
For
Yes, yes.
sure.
Well, thank you for joining our allied service on the shower caps. Now, do you have a partner or anything? Do they wear a shower cap?
I do. My boyfriend steals mine sometimes and chucks it on because, you know, if you're having a late night shower, you don't have to go to bed with wet hair.
Yeah, but when you look at him with that shower cap, can you still respect him and find him attractive?
Oh, look, it gives him, puts him down to about a 5 for just a few minutes.
Okay, so you only drop a few points.
Okay, but Rhiannon, as men, we aren't leaving the house in shower caps. We're doing it from the privacy and sanctity of our bathrooms.
Oh, yeah, no one else is going to see. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
Can
thank
I
you.
ask, if you have a bit of an intimate moment and you're in there too, does he put the shower cap on?
Surely not.
Oh, no, if I'm wearing a shower cap, he's not wearing it. Just
Oh,
pass
you've
it
got
on afterwards.
It's a community one. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Shared system.
Oh, Christmas present idea for you there, Rhiannon. Shower cap for the partner.
Oh, that would make his day.
Oh, it's $2 and came up.
You idiot.
Good Chris
Good on
Kringle.
ya. Hey, let's wrap it up with Alex. Alex, good morning. Yay or nay to the shower caps?
No, absolutely not, guys. I mean, what are you talking about? It's called a towel. You're worried about your wet hair.
And so,
Use a
Alex,
towel.
you're wiping your behind and then wiping your
Your beautiful
you are.
locks.
Hey,
Beautiful locks.
If you are showering properly, when you get out, you're all clean, and you just use a towel. It's fine. If you're worried about wiping your ass and your face, then you're not washing properly.
Hey, we know how to
technically-
wash. That's not what the argument's about.
And technically, you'd be wiping your face and your butt anyway, because it has nothing to do with your hair.
The towel still doesn't
washed your face.
The towel doesn't dry quick enough, though. You can still use the towel in your hair and
I
it'll
don't
still
think
take
you guys
minutes
are using a
after.
towel properly.
Sorry.
Well, you can't say we don't know how to use a towel. That's not what the argument's about.
If you can't dry your hair, all right, like you don't have long hair like Davo
Yeah.
or some other or my partner. If you can't dry your hair with a towel, you're not doing it right.
Alex, I've got to ask, have you ever worn a shower cap in your life?
I have once when I had lice when I was little. It was terrible.
No, it was a life-changing experience. Keep the argument going.
First rule of the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast is you don't talk about the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast. The second rule of the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast is you don't talk about the Davo, Tom and Callum podcast.
And geez, I'm becoming a bitter old man because I'm ticked off again.
Oh, God.
I'm bloody ticked off.
Lyman Mongrel.
Oh, jeez, it's ticked off, Tom. Yes, it's happened again. I'm getting over it.
It's funny that your reputation is becoming ticked off, Tom. Like when Davo it took 20 minutes to get a juice made the other day. And you were saying how annoyed you were, and I said, you should really send this in to ticked off Tom.
But Tom, as well, I'm really happy that you've now got a place where you can healthily sort of get it out. You know, I think it was pent up for too long.
Yeah, it's all coming out as one right now. And this happened last week on Friday. this really annoyed me. Me and Callum, we were walking down doing some shopping in Rundle Mall when we decided that I bought a new watch the other week, right? And I spent a lot of money on this watch. So
Must be nice.
No. Well, it's not, because I had no money to get the links taken out.
That's right.
And we actually had someone call up, Robbie the Watch Doctor in City Cross. He was kind enough to call up and say, hey, come on down to my shop and we'll take the links out for free for you.
Yeah.
So nice.
Really nice of him. Great bloke.
Yeah, absolutely a great bloke. Also, he was telling us he's the only ground floor watch repairer in the city.
Hey, there you go.
So, yeah, I mean, definitely head down City Cross. He was an absolute legend, had plenty of stories for us too.
Hashtag not sponsored.
He was a massive character, yeah.
Yeah, but on our way in, we witnessed something, me and Callum, and we both sort of looked at each other and sighed quite loudly and verbally at the sight of this.
Okay.
We didn't rage, we didn't go off or swear or any of that because we're mature, but, there was a bit of grimacing and a bit of sighing going on, and the disappointment in society, you know, reflected by what they're doing.
So obviously, City Cross, big food court area, right? A lot of people go there for their lunch and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And as we're walking through, and this is the hot day, this is Friday, it was bloody hot outside, right? Plenty of chairs and tables still in this beautiful air-conditioned food court. However, there was a group of people sitting on the floor in the middle of the walkway eating their lunch.
No.
Get up and get a chair. You can head to the Instagram at Fresh927. There's a picture of them up there.
Do you know how many people there were?
We've covered faces.
We've covered the faces, yeah. But it was crazy, and there's a good handful of them all sitting on the floor, and they were literally causing an obstruction when you walk through that you could trip on them. I looked at them, and it looked like a hippie bongo circle or something, just in the middle of the food court.
What could possibly drive someone to sit on a food court floor? One, disgusting, unhygienic. You're in the way. There's tables and chairs. Did they bring a picnic blanket?
No, they had all their bags everywhere. Those sprawled across. They were sitting in it was like a duck goose circle. Grow up and get a chair and sit down on it. Don't sit on the floor in the middle of the walkway.
You know what's
You had
funny?
to walk around him. I'm getting ticked off.
He's getting too ticked off, but you know what's crazy? They started getting a mass following. As by the time we came back to them,
there was three more of them.
Yeah, we saw more people join in this circle.
Here's a PSA.
All right.
If you're going to a food court, sit on a bloody chair, will
Yeah,
you?
fair enough.
You're listening to Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
We're heading over to the UK for this next story, boys, and it's about this chickie babe who's gone on a date with one of the great Prince Charmings.
Okay.
So the pair met at a pub for lunch.
Yeah.
And they obviously got the menus out, and the man said, hey, I don't need to read the menu because I'm happy to eat what's left on the table next to them.
No way.
No
way. So he's anticipating going to the pub and, full well not knowing that he's not going to get a meal and that there will definitely be something he can salvage off another table.
Yes. He's got to this date and said, no, you order what you like, sweetheart. I'm actually not going to get any food. That bloke's toast and curried sausage next to me looks pretty damn good.
Can't keep my hands to myself.
I reckon that's worth a walkout on the day.
Oh,
I reckon that's an immediate walkout.
If there's a red flag I've ever heard one, that's it. That's disgusting.
Well, the thing is, it's not even a money situation because this chickie babe offered to pay for his lunch. He flatly refused and then proceeded to eat the leftover cold toast and wrinkled sausages from the filthy plates of strangers.
And it's like, I bet he knows that this is his intention the whole time. So I guess in his head, is he just hoping, God, I wish someone has a palmy today. I can get that. He's got these inklings in his head of, what he wants to eat for that day.
So apparently the woman sat there and she watched as he scoffed his face with all this discarded food.
Sucks.
And he would sit there justifying his actions, saying he hated seeing food go to waste.
Oh, so he's gone for the environmental route.
Don't try and take the high road when you're just there eating someone's discarded scrap.
Don't worry, it's vegan. I'm going to steal the tofu. I'm a good bloke.
So basically, the Chicky Babes got on the internet, said, "Oi, is this normal? Is this something that happens often?"
You don't need
even
to go
have
to
to
the
ask.
internet to ask, is this normal, do
Hey,
we?
you say that, Tom, but I have seen this happen before in real life.
No, what? Where?
So me and my mates, we were at Nando's one day and we were watching this couple. They were leaving, they were finished their meals and whatever, and off they trot out on the side of the restaurant. And as they were walking out, the man looked at someone's plate that were obviously empty, the table was empty, and he grabbed 2 chips off the plate and ate them. The partner that was with him slapped him on the back and he said, "What's the harm?"
Oh, I'll tell you what the harm is. You don't know what that person, like, who that person was before you.
Exactly.
They could have anything going on.
The only time I could see it is semi-acceptable.
Here we go.
Okay.
Semi.
Here we go.
I don't
Callum
think
Leamy
there's any
enters
scenario
the chat.
where it could be semi-acceptable, but hit it later on us.
You've assessed the person that's eating the whole time, so you've checked them out and you're like, okay, they don't look like a freak. And then they get up and you assess what chips, and I'll say chips only is something like finger food, nothing like a hot dog or whatever, finger food. And granted, it's after a night out and you've had quite a few to drink and you just want to peck on some little chips.
Callum, have you ever heard the expression, don't judge a book by its cover? That is exactly why you can't assess a person and decide
you can judge who
they're
you're gonna-
safe, cold, soggy chips.
I think you can make the assumption on who's eating.
Let's get a conversation going. Is it okay to eat off someone's plate, or have you even seen someone eat off someone's plate?
I reckon if you're a restaurant worker, if you've been, working in hospitality for a while, surely you see it more often than people think. I reckon it would happen quite a bit.
I have never in my 23 years seen this go down, and I'm happy to say that, and I hope I never do have to.
Mate, I trust no one. I'm not trusting their goddamn chips.
Hey, plenty of people getting involved right now. On the text line is going bananas, but somebody's texted in saying, why is it considered okay to eat off of a friend's plate? Not like they're going to announce to the table, whatever they might have.
I mean, you'd hope that they would. If they care about you enough, they're going to say, look, I'm a bit sick, guys.
Also, if you're a good enough friend, you should know something's up, right?
Yeah.
If you're going out with them.
Red, rashy mouth, surely you know something's happening. We got a chef that I worked with in a pub would eat leftovers over people's plates, even to the point he'd chew their steak bones.
Oh, no. Absolutely no good. We got this one here that made Tom quite sick before. It said, in high school, when I would go to Marion with my mate, he would refuse to spend his money on lunch. So I would be eating in the food court. He would be he'd be taking leftover scraps on people's tables to eat. One day he could only find someone's leftover KFC gravy, and he had that for lunch and drank it through a straw.
Yeah, that made the
Disgusting.
stomach churn. Plenty of people on the phone lines right now. We're going to go straight to Ross in Meadows. Ross, good morning. Is it okay to eat off a stranger's plate?
Yeah, I think so, mate, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, right. So just a complete stranger?
Yeah, I mean, times are tough at the moment. Everyone's struggling, and if there's some good food going there, I mean, if it's a wrinkly sausage, I probably wouldn't. But, these gourmet pizzas that you see going for whatever price they go for, if it's half eaten and it looks like a good one, yeah, why not?
Would you go, if you saw a pizza there and it had a bite out of the one slice, would you go for it? Or is it only when it's, it hasn't been touched, like it's just been sitting there as its perfect slice?
I mean, have we been drinking, or is this at the start of the night?
That's what I said. I think it really is dependent on how many drinks you've had.
Let's say it's at the end of the night, Ross. How filthy are we getting?
Oh, I mean, I'd be going for it, but the missus wouldn't. And this story is about the missus. So we were at one of those fancy cellar door wineries, all dressed up, got the 3 kids with us, and we're looking through the menu, all the pizzas, I don't know what they are, $30 or something like that. Probably want to get 2 or 3 of us, and you're looking at close to $90. So the couple opposite, they're looking like they're about to leave. I'm like, well, they've got half a pizza left, and the missus is the one that's seen it. She's like, hey, they've just left half the pizza, and it's wood fire oven, all the rest of it. Like, okay. That sounds right. But I was surprised she was on board with that. And so they hop up and leave this couple, right? They're gone. I've waited 30 seconds. She's just down into it. She's probably eating.
You swooped in.
Ross sounds
gone,
like
mate.
he's
There's not even enough for me.
salivating. Ross sounds like he's salivating on the phone thinking about this pizza.
But get this right, guys. The pizza's gone, and then about 10 seconds later, the guy tracks back. So they've had I thought, hey, you've forgotten half a pizza. We spent $50 on that pizza. Go get it. He's come back. He's locked eyes on me, and I've just been like, give him a big smile. Well, the missus has got his pizza in their mouth. He was too embarrassed to stop and say nothing. He wandered around the building and went back. We didn't see him again.
Oh, of course. You would be absolutely shocked.
I couldn't stop laughing. So funny.
Good on you, Ross. Thanks for getting involved, mate. We appreciate it.
That's so funny.
Yeah, going to go over to Diane in Taparoo. Diane, what is it okay to eat off a stranger's plate?
No! Ew, yuck, gross. My spine is crawling in on itself. I don't even eat off my children's plates, and I know where they've been.
Well, that's probably a good reason.
Diane, do you think there's any food that's slightly acceptable if it's like a finger food like chips?
Not from a stranger. It's one thing if you were out with friends and you get like a bowl of chips to share. That has intention. But no, not a stranger's plate on another table. Gross.
Yeah. And if you went on a date with someone that did this, what would you do?
Thanks for coffee, bye.
Yeah. Catcha.
Good on you. Thanks, Diane. Thanks for getting involved.
Thank you, bye.
Hey, we're going to go to Emma over in Kangaroo Island. Emma, can you walk us through what happened? Did you see someone eat off a stranger's plate?
Yeah, so I used to work in a hotel over here, and whenever, like, I was waitressing, and whenever we would bring the plates back behind to be scraped off and stuff, one of the chefs would be like, oh, yeah, I'll eat the rest of that, and could be anything like steak bones, lamb bones, or anything.
Oh, God.
No.
You're the steak bone text. I can't believe that. Is this a regular thing for the chef?
It's horrendous.
This is his late night meal?
Yeah, if he was hungry, yeah.
Emma, would you ever eat any of the steak bones? Would you share a bone with the chef?
Absolutely not.
Lady and the
yeah.
Tramp. Sharing at both mouths.
All right. I get older. The Davo, Tom, and Callum podcast stays the same age.
Geez, Christmas time is here, boys. I'm sure you're both getting very excited leading up to the big day, the big man coming to visit you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what? And I'm no shame in loving Christmas. Me and Tom were talking about it the other day. The turkey, the prawns, it is an absolute festivity.
Yeah, it certainly is. And like I said, we just had a bunch of pageants. Of course, the big National Pharmacies pageant that was here in the city. But yesterday in Port Adelaide, they also had the little parade they do down Port Road, which is a lot of fun.
Merry Christmas!
Why is that Father Christmas screaming at us? He seems aggressive about it.
Pageant's, always fun. It did add about 15 minutes to my ride share trip because I added KFC on the way and I got stuck in the traffic of the pageant.
Yeah.
All these people with tubas and musical instruments walking past me while I'm sitting there just thinking about that chicken.
I'm sorry to hear that happen to you, mate. That's the second time in a week.
Yeah, that I've been screwed by a pageant. I can't get across the road.
Well, the advertiser this morning, they've come out and they're sort of putting together an interactive map of all the best Christmas lights in Adelaide.
Oh, how good.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. They've got things on there so far. It's still getting built, but they've got a few in Modbury in the Golden Grove area, a couple in Norwood. They've got Old Pelham Street in Ethelton. Obviously, that one's a go-getter every single year.
Yeah, Old Pelham's really good. I feel like, at the highest status of, these really good streets, you'd feel so much social pressure to keep up the lights. If you ever walk down one of these streets where there's a lot of lights, like an Old Pelham Street, and there's one house that doesn't do it, you think they're the scum of the earth.
Yeah.
You think, like, what cretins are in here that don't want to celebrate Christmas?
I mean, yeah, it would be tough living in, like, one of these places, like Lobethal.
Yep.
That'd be tough to
you'd
live
have
up
to
there
keep
with
up
all the
with
lights.
it.
It's peer pressure at its most organic situation there, isn't
But
it?
it's great.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, Christmas lights, like I said, they are great. They always get a draw card. And thank goodness this map is still getting updated because there are some absolute rippers near my neck of the woods, let me tell you. Yep, that's right. Pennington has dressed it up for Christmas, boys. And let me tell you, it's as grim as it sounds.
Oh, surely not.
So this one that's near my house, I sort of was driving around the other day, and it's I mean, the house itself is pretty, it's an average house. It's sort of like an old government house that's been sort of painted and whatever.
Sure.
But out the front, they've got these giant inflatable Christmas decorations. Like expensive, big, how you going sort of ones.
Yeah, you showed us a picture. It looks great.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you're going to go there for a show and maybe purchase some illicit substances.
Yeah, right. Instead of, Father Christmas sitting there giving out candy canes to the kids, it's something else.
Absolutely.
In your sack.
And I also think this area that it's in, it's brave of them to have these decorations, these how you going decorations, because I'm feeling like every night before bed they're going to have to pack them down and every morning put them back up.
They are super extravagant. They are massive. There's one inflatable man that is, I don't know, it looks like it goes over the roof.
Yeah, it does.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's like one of those like Christmas soldier kind of people from the Santa Claus movies. But surely they're not packing it down.
No, well, look,
Surely not.
well, give them 2 weeks and let me tell you, they'll regret not doing that because they'll be gone.
You're listening to Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
I feel like cruise ships are the pinnacle of relaxation. It's what a lot of older couples will do in their retirement and stuff like that, and go off and do a big cruise. And, they're meant to be, one of the really good holidays and form of travel.
Absolutely. You've got one stop. You don't have to unpack and pack up again. You get everything included. You just get off every day and have a look around a beautiful spot. It's not bad. In theory, it sounds incredible.
Yeah, I mean, my parents just got back from a cruise. First one they've ever done.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
And we got the unlimited alcohol package.
Oh, no.
And they were feeling pretty seedy all of yesterday.
Don't hang around by the side of the boat
No.
when you're on that package.
I had a friend that got locked in her cabin. She wasn't allowed to have any more of those cocktails on board.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, but that does sound like the lush life, being on the cruise ship and getting to experience all of that. But there is one coming from Queensland to Adelaide, and it actually arrives here in Port Adelaide at those docks there today.
This morning.
This morning it is arriving. However, there has been a little catastrophe on board, and that is that there is a big old COVID-19 and gastro outbreak.
Get away from me! What did we eat? It's coming out of me like lava!
So someone's got it, and it's passed around the cruise ship. There's 4,000 people on the cruise ship, so there's quite a few, and it's just spread like wildfire.
Yeah.
They've had to detain people and put them in their little tiny rooms, which, Davo, you said to me before, because I haven't been on a cruise, that they're quite claustrophobic, the rooms sometimes.
Well, the thing is you've got different categories of rooms, but when you start with an inside cabin, which is usually the lead-in room, it's literally a room with no windows, nothing. So if you get quarantined in there, you're going to go stir crazy.
Yeah,
for
I mean,
sure.
what a double whammy as well. Like, it's not bad enough you've got COVID on board. Someone's brought along gastro just to join the party.
They're two of the big hitters, aren't they? And there's been a few people that have had to stay in their room for 10 days. And one of the biggest crimes, not allowed to use the buffet.
Oh, well, that's just it, isn't it?
I mean, you think about a cruise, you think about how good that buffet is or the salad bar, you're banned from it. You have to get your food delivered to your little porthole room, and they're just sliding it under the door, it seems, for 10 days.
So they're coming into Adelaide this morning.
Yeah, we got 4,000 people potentially with gastro-COVID hitting the shores, apparently.
Nah, surely they won't let them get off. I'm sure they will not let them get off.
Just keep them out on the water.
It feels like a zombie outbreak if they do.
really
Everyone, take cover.
Put down the mic. What's in the podcast? What's in the podcast?
Davo, Tom and Callum, the podcast.
When you walk on a footpath, it is apparently an indication of how chivalrous you are, and has come out because a relationship coach on TikTok has said, this is one of the big indicators. This is huge. This is on the equivalent of, opening up your doors for women, etc.
Okay, what's the...
So the idea is that if you're walking along the footpath with a girl and you're a guy, that it is expected that if you're the bloke that you have to be closest to the road and the oncoming traffic. And the idea is that you are creating a safe boundary between the road and your girlfriend, partner, whoever you're dating, whatever, where you would pretty much be the one that gets hit by a semi-trailer
I'm
opposed
sorry,
to her.
but no one's body is going to stop a semi-trailer from taking,
Unless you're dating Iron Man.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
stick his hand
Edward
out.
Cullen.
See, I've heard of this before, right? But the reasoning behind it isn't because of a semi-trailer coming at you.
Yeah. Well, it kind of is.
No. It's more so to do with, like, say you're walking along and as a woman you've got a handbag or something like that. that can get stolen from you if you're on that side of the road. Someone can swipe on past and grab it from you.
Oh, right, like on a bike
so
or something.
it's just a but it's the same concept in the end. It's about protecting the partner you're
So
with.
it's not like the full Titanic rule, women and children to the lifeboats.
No. I think it's more so just to show a level of protectiveness about your partner.
Well, this makes more sense.
No. I think that's more absurd. I don't think it's a regular. I think that's I think it's more normal, the idea that you'd be protecting from a car coming towards you.
But what are you going to do?
You can't do anything, but it's just the implication that you are there to protect. I think it's more insane, the stealing off the bike and stuff, because I just haven't heard of that happening that much.
Yeah, you've never been to Bali, baby. Honestly, I don't know, though. Like, those little things do kind of make you feel good, and I feel like that's sort of setting people back a few years. But I think when the male does those little things that are quite nice, like opening a car door, like standing on the side.
Chivalrous stuff.
Chivalrous. It doesn't need to be crazy. It doesn't need to be over the top. It's not about paying for things or whatever. But just those little sprinkles of like, oh, that's nice.
Like helping someone down the stairs if they're in heels.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yes.
Do you
Tom.
think
I get it.
I know you do, babe. You open a door for me. Callum literally pushes a door in my face. And we've seen it happen more than once.
Push you back into the gunner.
Who said chivalry's dead?
Can I ask though, David, if you're on a date with a bloke, would you notice that they're going on the side of the road towards the cars? Would that be something that clicks in your head?
I think so, only because in a past relationship that was a discussion that was had because we went to Bali.
He made it obvious. It's like, by the way, I'm risking my life and my wallet being stolen, being on this side of the road.
Exactly right.
Yeah, okay, well,
Keep it up, lads.
There you go, boys. Stay on the roadside of the footpath from now on.
It might seem a little dangerous, but you got to do it.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.